Yep.
Amazing.
So let me bring up the chat. Hey, something wrong with Bob. I'll just keep the uh, attendees list open. If anybody drops in, then I'll just. Boy, have a haircut or what? You look different.
Sorry,
you.
I just unmute myself. No, I just literally finished my bath, so
Oh,
I didn't have the time to make my. Sorry about it.
no wonder you look different. Okay. Okay, so first lesson I learned, it's yesterday we had a good group coaching call. Then I asked question. I forgot what I asked. Something like, I did this part looking for feedback. Then they tell the coach straight away say, here's some lesson for all of you guys. You are going to be coach and consultant. So you want to ask question, if you ask specific question, you get specific answers. You ask general questions, you get general answers. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's I heard that before, but it's like, okay, it's a good reminder. Yeah, so the quality of the answers really depend on the quality of the questions. But that being said, a lot of times this is where I think that's an angle of coaching that not everybody knows. It's when people ask the question, even if they ask like general questions, we need to be able to hear what they are really asking. So if somebody asks like would like review here, and actually I told during the coaching course, like, not everybody have the awareness level to say, like, if they want some review on an email, they might not be able to say how's my opening. Not everybody knows what's opening, is it? Or not everybody knows what is call to action. So this is where if people ask too general, sometimes you have to ask like, is it this person don't know anything? So this is the best that they can ask. So it is our job as coach or consultant to go and uncover like what are they really trying to ask. So when I write the question, like, I'm looking for feedback, my intention is I don't want to go to the next step before like this step it's not fully well done yet, or there's some big problem with this. Then if I jump to the next step and I go and do it, then if I go on a call or something, or I get a reply like, hey, your this step is totally wrong. So you have to, your step 3 is wrong. Your step 4, 5, 6, and 7 all can delete. We're trying to avoid the type of feeling. We are trying to avoid to waste that type of time. So this is why we get on, we pay for coaching. So I think sometimes when we ask questions, we need to be able to understand from the student or the customer point of view. It's like, hey, the fact that they ask this question, it's not like they want to troll you or they are idiot. They ask a question that why are you asking this type of question? Is you have to really try to listen. Like, okay, they're asking what are they really trying to ask for help for? It might not be related to the topic. It might be, I went through the videos. I'm not very clear with the homework. I'm not very sure what exactly I need to be doing at this page. Like, based on this, do you think I'm understanding the program so far? Sometimes that's what we're trying to ask. So we as the coach or consultant have to know that. As the person who asks the question, how do you make your question more specific? We ask to the best of our ability, and this is where if everybody is learning the same program, it will be actually easier. So let's say if everybody is learning HTC, we ask, let's say the weekly coaching call is about handling objection. Okay, then we ask questions specific to the handling objection. Hey, is it the script problem? Is it like the tone problem? Okay, is it the way that I say? Am I saying it too fast? Am I saying it too slow? So we need to have a base understanding of the topic. So it will be easier if we are we are bringing people through a very structured program. It will be harder if we are doing like very general coaching. Like I think me and Gerald, we are doing very general coaching for my Max Pro. So it's like sales we are doing, management, and sales marketing management. So this is not very good because even if you can cover a lot of areas, you're supposed to show your client a process, preferably 9-step process. Week 1 we do this, week 2 we do this, week 3 we do this. So it helps your customers, it helps your students to be able to ask you questions that's relevant to the topic. So I think that is an area that I pointed out to Gerald. It's like, I think we need to improve on this, else people might be confused because we are not teaching. We need to always know that we're not teaching ourselves. It's hard to know that because especially if you're doing this for a long time, you're like, of course everybody knows what a click-through rate is, but we need to know, like, you're not always teaching yourself. So it might be you're hearing this the 10,000 time, but to the person it's the first time. Okay, so that is something that I think we can help. I think another thing that can help is we can ask before the session. We ask them for questions. We ask them for questions before the session, so we can help them to refine the question before the session starts. For example, just give me a question about digital marketing or copywriting. Just give me one. I'll just show you an example.
Copywriting?
Any. I'll just show you how what I mean by refining the question, because giving an example is easier.
All right. So copywriting. Let's talk about how to find sales. Okay, so I have a question. It's like, how do I scale or increase my copywriting charges per project from 1,000 to 3,000 per month?
Okay. So the more logical or analytical angle, and this will work for almost every type of question. You can ask your customer or student, what is the current situation? Last time when they tried to solve it, how did they try to solve it? How long have they had this situation? So just these few basic questions, it will give you a much better understanding what are they really trying to ask. Because if somebody asks how to raise prices, it might mean a few things. It might mean, hey, I feel like I'm not making enough money. It can mean, hey, I feel like I'm undercharging. Both might not be the same thing. One is like, I feel I'm working hard, but I'm not making progress. The other is like, hey, why that the other person do a work worse than me but can charge higher than me? Or it might be, hey, I've been charging this for very long. I don't know if this is the right time to raise prices. So if I do not ask my clarification question, how do I know exactly what are you asking? Kind of hard, correct? Right.
Yeah.
So this is where listening skill comes into play, and we have to really what is the person really trying to ask me? It's hard if you only know a few answers, and then you like, oh, the moment somebody asks about price, it must be this. But it's always nice to just slow down when you're trying to answer a question. Like, okay, wait, I heard your question, but actually, what are you really asking? So you give people the chance to really okay, thanks for really asking. And when you do this, usually people feel that you really care about really trying to help them, because most people don't do this step. They will just, oh, you asked me about raise prices. Here's the raise pricing script. Just say this. Most people do that. And let's say if they're selling things, it's like, hey, I want an i5 laptop. Oh yeah, here. Then they take and just sell. So most people do that. And if we want to charge, we want to deliver exceptional value, we want to deliver great value, we cannot work at the average level. It is always you want to be a good, you cannot be average. You want to be great, you cannot be good. So the enemy of good is being average. If a customer or if the person you're talking with, and this applies to life as well, if it's always they say, I just want to be average or whatever, and you have the desire to always improve, you might want to spend less time with people like that. If they are like, I want to be good, and they are showing you're taking actions to be good, probably will be good for a while and they'll be great someday. Yeah. Okay, so that is one example of, let's say, how we can help people to ask questions. And a lot of the time when people are asking questions, actually what they want is not the answer. A lot of the time when people ask you a question, they want to be understood, they want to get clearer on actually what, like, I ask this question, am I normal? Like, especially if you're going through something that you never did before, you really don't know what to ask, seriously. Like, you go through, let's say HTC, now I ask you to ask question, I don't know what question to ask. But this is what I've done so far. Maybe you can take a look. And from what I'm doing, you can probably, because an experienced coach can do this, an experienced consultant can do this. You look at what people do, you more or less you know what is their awareness level. If you look at the email they ask you to review, and this is good for clients, if they give you, before you work with them, you want to ask them, hey, you just send me what you have, let me see, and let me give you some suggestions. You take a look at their landing page or email or whatever, and you see, oh my god, this don't know copy from where, this don't know copy from where, but it doesn't make sense. You don't just copy paste. I copy paste my headline from website A, from competitor A. I copy my feature and benefit from competitor B. I copy my guarantee from Microsoft or whatever. Then I put everything. Some people, when we tell the professionals, sorry, amateurs copy, professionals steal. We ask them to go and take from multiple sources. That's what they heard. They thought we asked them to go and copy from different competitor and paste on their website. I said, I never said that. I don't know what you think I said that. So you look at their work, then you know, okay, this is what they actually heard. Then it gives you the chance to go and clarify actually what did you tell them. Okay, and when you look at the work, you can tell roughly this person what is their level of understanding in this subject. And from there, how can I bring them to the next level? Or how can I help them to move forward? So I think this is something that I don't do enough myself, to be honest. Okay, and this is why it's good to, if you want to sell a group coaching program, you go and enroll in another group coaching program. You're like, oh my god, there are so many things that actually I'm not aware that this has to be done. If this is not done well, this is how your customer will feel. They will feel confused. Um, if let's say you imagine if always when people ask you questions, you're like, you ask, you almost make them sound ridiculous. Hey, you ask question too specific, too general. Can you be more specific? Imagine if I answer that way, then nobody want to ask question next time. Maybe nobody want to come for the live session. It's like I'm trying to look for help, and you are kind of like being a dick. Actually, I hinted at him, but he didn't get it. But okay, whatever. So, coaching 7,000, no guarantee is a good customer service. Yeah, seriously. But here, then again, I can say if customer service is one thing, but it's better to focus on customer success than customer service. So, customer success is what they really come say yes to you, the reason that they really buy, and it's probably not related to the program. It's usually people buy a transformation.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are in situation A, they want to be in situation B. Even they buy computer, it's the same thing. They're in situation A, they want to go to situation B. They probably have a computer. It probably sucks. That's why they are speaking with you. Else they will not come here and ask, hey, ask you about your computer. So our job is to help them to get clear. Currently, you are in situation A. Let me describe your situation A. So after you buy whatever I'm selling you, 1 month from now, I can pick up a phone and call you, hey, 30 days before this, you are in situation A. Now you buy this thing. How are we doing so far? The time when you want to buy this, we describe what is situation B, like what you're trying to reach. How are we doing so far? Have we delivered on the promise, or did I just stick a sticker on the computer, tell you i7 you buy and you feel scammed? No, might happen. No. So I think this is something that we have to do. We have to focus on customer success. Once you have your customer success, you can talk about customer service or make them feel very nice and stuff like that. But I think at least if you cannot sound nice, then at least the main thing people come for, we have to deliver. Yeah. So I think I got this from Dunlop because Dunlop company, I forgot what program he said. He don't care about customer service. He can't care about customer success. If I need to scold you, I'll scold you.
Mm.
So that requires a level of experience and a level of confidence. You'll get there one day. Maybe you already have it now, but don't expect to do this immediately. Yep. So some of the stuff, just don't copy. That's not always. That's always not suitable for everybody, and it's definitely not suitable for every situation. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Next question. Hopefully that gives you all some idea.
Oh, I thought you asked me to give an example. So actually, it's
No, no. Actually, I know the whole thing is actually sharing uh, how to ask better questions and how to help others ask better questions. Because this is
that's the point.
probably you will need this when you're working with prospect clients, even sometimes let's say for employees also. I think this will help a lot.
Yeah. So right now, I have a question. It's like because since I start working with 7+, so prospecting and lead generation, I think it's not on my menu all the time. And then I am very worried about one day my skill will keep dropping, like how to talk to people, and then how to prospect, how to cold call, how to like live meeting with others, prospect.
Okay.
So the question is, how do I keep practice with just in case my skill doesn't disappear or just fall back.
Okay, so let's look at the question first. You are concerned that if you are not practicing prospecting, your prospecting skill get rusty.
Yeah.
Okay, time to use paintbrush. Time to use paintbrush. Okay. Okay, so first thing first is I think the question is good and I think it's helpful because a lot of people they will think like it's like a seesaw kind of thing. Like I go and get the job, I go and get the work now, I have to do a lot of work. Then I do the work now, I have no customers. They will think it's something like that. Okay. So I used to think about it that way. But last time when I was operating on Fiverr, it's keep like I need to have some deals in the pipeline. Okay, so this is prospecting. This is currently fulfilling. Then done. So last time I have 3 buckets. So and back then I was very active on prospecting, as in I very actively. There's a buyer request column on Fiverr. I look at it every day and I go and send proposal every day. So that was how I did. Okay, so to some extent it is a bit similar with Upwork, but I think Upwork is more emphasis on this. Fiverr you can just put your thing and forget. Okay, so last time my time mostly is spent on prospecting. Okay, then there are actually the bucket a bit wrong. Let's say this is not F. This is prospecting. Then if I'm still talking with them, let's just call it nurturing or qualifying. So we are having a conversation here. Okay, so here is I'm getting my leads. Okay, here is actually talking to the leads. Okay, get the leads. Here is actually talking to the leads. And back then talking is talking from the keyboard. I don't talk with people on webcam last time because I was too shy. So I just text message. Okay. tech talk and then do the work. Okay, so that was prospecting, sharing, and here is fulfillment. Okay, actually do works. Okay, so last time I spent a lot of my time here. Then what happens is I have some people here. Okay, but I have no time to do. I have nothing to do here. So what happens is once these start to increase and there's actually some work to do, then my prospecting time drop. Is that something that resembles your experience?
Yeah, so right now my bucket is full, it's totally full at F, fulfillment and do. So my P and the nurturing is completely empty.
Okay. So when you look at this, what do you think that you should be looking at? What
Well,
now
mm,
with this strategy, with this overview, what do you think your breakthrough can be?
now my breakthrough, I really enjoy one client
Mm-hmm.
can fulfill all my needs, my financial, the
Yes.
skill, what I'm learning. I totally agree,
Mm-hmm.
one client.
Mm-hmm.
So it always pull me back to have a mindset and a thinking like having some product, digital product or digital course that I can put it in a funnel and
Mm-hmm.
then just generate the money for me. So I no need to think about how to get more prospect, no need to talk to a lot of people. Still, I have an income from what I'm doing, and then it's kind of like passive income.
I used to
So
think like
it
that.
always pull you back.
I used to
Yeah.
think like that. Okay, but why am I not doing it?
Yeah, that's the question. I always remind myself like if I can do that, why Jay don't want to do it or Gerald he doesn't do it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so there are different stages for different actions. And this is the reason why we get involved in one-on-one coaching or at least group coaching where you can ask questions very specific to your situation. Okay, so I somehow prepared for this. Hmm. Can you all see the table?
yeah.
Actually not table lah. I haven't. Wait, why is everything so big? Okay, yeah. Let's just focus on this area. Okay, actually, I can make it easier so we don't need to look at that. So there'll be many stages in a freelancer's career. There'll be many stages. How can I make it less distracting? Okay. So first is going to be learning how to do the skill. Now, all of you have already passed this, so I'm not going to talk about this. Okay. Actually, I can have it here, but you guys already passed this. You guys currently doing this. I challenge you guys to stop doing this because this is a place where it's quite hard to get paid more than 1,000 per task or per client. Per
Okay.
client maybe still can, okay, but it's very diminishing return. So the goal here is to be able to deliver a service, learn to deliver a service. The goal here is actually to start doing it and start getting paid for it. But I would recommend don't stay here because if you can, okay, what does a freelancer platform do for us as freelancer?
Yeah.
Get leads.
Fulfill
I
the job.
won't even say closing, but okay, the platform help to close the deal, quote unquote. Okay, because they ask you to fill out some things, then there's a pricing table. They can see if I pay this, I get this. So okay. So my question is, if you can do this yourself and you can do this well, do you actually need this? The answer is probably no.
Yeah.
And these platforms tend to attract a type of buyer where they think if I just have this email, oh, then I can sell my course passive without doing any work. It tends to attack this sort of people. I used to be working for people like that. Um, I used to also have the opportunity to work with people who are more aware than that, but that was before COVID. After COVID, I think the amount of people looking to hire freelancer or buying, I think these platforms, they got more customers after COVID. Means more and more people who I speak with, the quality is too low. I'm like, I straight up tell them my fees. My fees is $5,000 a month. You come and tell me your ad budget is $500. You better get lost. I don't even want to waste the time. So nowadays I talk about price upfront. Like, no, let's not waste time. How much are you looking to spend? This is my rate. If it's within the realm of possibility, we can continue to talk. Else, please go and message somebody else there. I thought I put myself on vacation or offline in Fiverr. I wonder why it still message me. Okay, but a separate topic. Okay, so the second stage is where you work with a business and or you work for agency. So I'll say max you are I think 7+ is here or here in between. They're moving towards this. Okay, I can see like 7+ is they focus a lot on social media, Instagram specifically.
Yep.
So initially, I thought they were like halfway, but now I think they are more here.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's stage 3. Yeah.
Yeah. So here it's like if you are working here, it's you become a specialist of specialists. They specialize in social media, Instagram influencer marketing. You are doing the idea finding for them. So the good and the bad here is you will have one area where you have really a lot of experience because you do it every day. The bad thing is you will lack a big picture view
Yep.
of that. Okay, so here's the funny part. The worse the client, as in the less their revenue is. I'm not saying their IQ points, maybe, but that's also somehow related. But the less sales they make, the more general your service have to be if you want to help them. Okay, so what does that mean? Let's say your client, what? This is the amount of money their business make. The more they have, okay, the less specialized you can be. So is this the right way to show? I don't know what diagram I should show. So let's say your client is very specialized. The service you deliver, I regret using this. The service dash. So when your client is very if they're doing 6-7 figures, why are they doing only 6 or 7 figures? There must be a reason, right? One of the reason is they don't know how to do sales and marketing. Okay, most of the time, and this is not from me, this is from Deadlock's table, so he's probably not too wrong. Business owners, a business that are doing less than less than 1 million, which is six figures. 6 figures, the only thing they need is sales. Okay, so let's say 6 figure, the only thing they need is sales. I'll say 7 figure. There are some exceptions. Let's say exceptions. Let's say by Max Pro, they reach 7 figure without really sales and marketing, but because they are so good at being selling things on the platform. Actually, not that they're very good at buying things. Let's say this thing costs everybody
Yeah.
has to pay 1,000 for this. They have a way to buy it for 950 or 900. Then they sell at 950. Then people look for them. But as we find out, a lot of their customers are price buyers. Means the only reason they buy from it is because you sell 950, I buy. Okay, so I say this is not a strategy to build business, because you want to have a list that you can email and send, and they buy from you because they like you, because you are able to do something for them that is worth more than money. So they only can do the one thing is the only reason people buy from them is they outsource buying to my Max Pro. So my Max Pro help you to buy at a discount. So it is like what is the shopping complex that people go to buy at a cheaper price? Is that Mydin?
I think so. Yeah. Tesco, Mighty.
Tesco.
Yeah.
So Justco, you're not going there for cheap things, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that at least that's what I understand. I just go to Justco. I don't go to other places. So I assume Justco is more expensive than Mydin.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So so now let's say Mydin have a membership card and Justco have a membership card, like which is probably easier to generate revenue. Let's say Mydin have a mailing list and Justco have a mailing list. We send out the email. Who is more likely to generate more, not sales but profits? Justco probably. Why? Because those customers, they are buying for maybe convenience, there are some value add. Where else Mydin, they're like, okay, is there can I save money or not when I buy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so but generally any biggest business doing 7 figures, the business owner probably can close quite well, but he don't know how to duplicate himself, and he definitely don't have a sales team or don't have a marketing team. Now 8 figures, let's say they reach 8 figures. What do you think they know how to do to reach 8 figures? They probably they can have sales, they can have marketing, and they're probably, I think where they say gain traction. Okay, they probably already gain traction. So they probably have some best practices. They probably already doing some of the emails. They probably already have some ads. So yeah, for us to go and help 8 figures, you can probably just focus on one part. Let's say you are doing email, you just focus on email. That's it. You don't need to touch other things. Like if I help 6 and 7 figure owners, I come in for they reach me because they want Facebook or Google ads. I end up having to do their sales page, their emails, their ads, their presentation, closing slides. I have to teach them how to close. I have to do everything. Okay, so if let's say you are a specialist, selling to this group of people is a very bad idea. Yes, if you're a specialist, you're selling to 6 and 7 figure is a very bad idea, because you cannot show your skill. You have to help them to take care of too many things. Okay, so for you, reaching out to 8 figures is probably easier than reaching out to 6 and 7 figures, because they'll be able to tell, hey, this person is probably something that we want. You talk to 6 and 7 figure business owners, they don't know how to recognize your experience, they don't know how to recognize your skill. So that you don't approach 8 figures and 9 figures business. You don't approach this group of people. Where did my thing go? Yeah. You don't approach this group of people. It's probably the main reason why you are stuck. Because you want to go in this direction, because you, at least from what I understand, you want to be a bit more specialist. If you want to be a bit general, okay, like some agencies, they just want to do a bit for everything for other people. Yeah, that's very basic agency, and we have to start somewhere. 8, 9 figures, people aren't willing to talk to you. So you need to learn how to approach, how to present yourself, how to approach people. Yeah, because 8, 9 figures companies, probably they already entertain some freelancers who they know to carry themselves and stuff like that. So they're always measuring you against those. They're measuring you against those, but it's okay because every freelancer there will be many skills. Okay. Let's just say there's a mindset. I just oversimplify this. There's communicating, and there's doing the work. Now, most people that I speak to, they think I am like this. Why? Because I communicate in a certain way. I realize this is my strength actually. When I'm back end, when I was a virtual assistant also, I realize this is my strength because I know how to give a very good summary to the business owner, like, hey, what the hell is going on? Even though they don't know anything about landing page, they don't know anything about the ads, they don't know anything about click-through rate, they don't know. But I can give them very good summary. This is how much we spend. This is what is the result. Is this an improvement or is this not an improvement? That's all they care. So I can speak their language. So they thought I'm here. But actually last time, I'm not that good. But they pay me as if I'm like that. So that's a secret. Okay, so your situation is I think the opposite of mine. Your situation is like this. Okay, your situation is like this. Okay, let me draw properly. Your situation is like this. Okay. So what do your clients do? They pay you as if you're like this. Because they only know how to recognize this part. So actually, I'm not changing what are you guys doing. I'm not changing. Okay. You want to sell high ticket? Want to sell high ticket? Where is my thing?
How much is an
Okay. It's not about changing what you sell. It's about who you sell to and how. And we just covered this in our most recent meetings with clients. Is we ask them who, how you sell. Okay. Most business owners spend 90% thinking about what to sell. Okay. I think they will spend 10% how to sell. How to sell means what ad should I use? What landing page should I use? This is very generous. I think 10% is overestimate. I think it's less than that. Okay. I'm being nice today. Okay. They almost don't discuss who to sell to.
Everyone buying.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. You ask them. You get your client. You ask your product. You sell to who? Everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you know what level of people you're talking with. It's going to be 6 or 7 figures. So yeah, most of them they don't spend enough time here. Now the people who are better, I think for high ticket, this should be. I think high ticket should be this way. 80% of who you sell and how you sell. Okay, because actually, if you ask me, this actually have more impact on how much money you make.
Yes.
So it's not actually about should I sell email, should I sell a landing page? Yeah, we can discuss about that. Does it affect your income? Yes. A better question is actually who you sell to and how can you sell to the right who. That will actually impact your income more. That's why a lot of people after they join HTC or they go and learn something about marketing and prospecting, their income double because they just change this and this. Okay, the script, how to close, how to handle objection. Yeah, we're talking about the how. This also will improve the your income, will also improve your profit. But because most people they don't spend time thinking about this at all. So here is where you move it a bit, there will be a big impact. So discussing what to do, what to sell, what laptop to sell, what computer to sell, it's not a very useful conversation. Okay, but who to sell, how to sell, I think that's more. So boss says people have rough idea what they have a rough idea that they need to sell to affluent clients, but why everyone doesn't sell to them? Because most people lack self-esteem. Most people are just afraid to approach rich people. One of the core things, and I think this is something that I believe more and more. I used to disagree with this. It's you don't sell to rich people because you secretly, actually, should I use this? Shouldn't. You secretly you don't like rich people. Or you secretly you're afraid of rich people, that's why you don't approach them. You think they are special or something. That's why you don't approach them. So the thing that will help to move a lot is we be comfortable with money. We view rich people in a different way. Of course, nobody asks you to go and focus all your attention on people who become rich from methods that are not very, very honest. Yeah, that's what the news will talk about. Oh, this person scammed this person, or this person robbed who, or who stole how much. The police found out this person stole how much, or sell drugs or whatever. But actually, I can tell you most of the rich people are actually quite nice people. Quite nice, quite humble. I have this experience when I was in my 20s. This is one of my previous mentor. So multi-millionaire, uh, and already retired. He's the youngest in the family. He already retired. So initially I thought, oh, this person must be scamming people, sell tea, sell so fucking expensive. So that was my misconception, and I always dare to catch him. Oh, scamming people. Always go to his shop, try to catch him scam people. Yeah, so that was how I operate last time. So now that I see things differently, I don't no longer do that. And in some cases, people say, ask him, why you sell this thing so expensive? I say, where got expensive? This is damn cheap. He haven't say, I say, this is damn cheap. What are you talking about? So what he sells didn't change. But how I look at things changed, so I changed how I look at him. So why people don't approach rich people? If we dig, at the bottom of the iceberg, the core of the matter, most of the time it's because we have negative association with money, negative association with rich people. We think rich people are so special, so smart or whatever. Most of them are not. In fact, I know a few idiots who are multimillionaires. I know a few. Okay. They do some things that I will say, like, nobody will do mistakes like this stupid, but they actually do it. So yeah, that's why probably you don't approach rich people, because you think, oh, they are not nice people. If you think rich people are nice and approachable, there's nothing special about them, you probably will approach them, right? If you don't think that. Yeah, and mainly it's because you don't see yourself as somebody who is going to be rich. If you see yourself as somebody who's going to be rich, you're going to join them automatically. Just like you want to be an email writer, you automatically go and make friends with people who write email for writing, for a living. I don't need to tell you, right? Go and add some friends who is doing copywriting for a living. You do it automatically. And when you do that, yes, guess what? You are probably going to make money from emails because your friends are like that. If you go and add friends who are of very mean people, probably you're going to be very mean as well, right? Your friends will tell you your future. So yeah. Then boss says, I think it's a waste of their time by approaching them. This is where we have to be okay. I can give you some things that will improve the way that will change the way you see. Now, if we have nothing to offer people, if we have nothing to offer these rich people, then yeah, we're probably wasting their time. Okay. That being said, last time when I was 20 years old, I really had nothing to offer people. But why they are still willing to like spend some time with me? So I think I can probably like just share my story with this person. Last time that time I was not even doing my computer business, is another business before this. It's my board game business. So my board game business, I invented a board game, and yeah, I thought I wanted to sell this board game as a training. Okay, it's supposed to be an entrepreneurship and investment board game. So my Max Pro actually introduced me to this person. I was looking for tea, then he was like, you want to buy tea, don't buy from Jasco. Don't buy from Jasco, go and buy from this type of tea. So he brought me to their place. Then when they introduced myself, oh, what are you doing? Oh, that time I was still studying. Oh, I'm still studying. This is my final year. Oh, so this person so happened that he didn't study any. He didn't. He's not the just not the those years not the type of people who further their studies, right? So it's a more hands-on person. So maybe part of it is he find very intriguing. Oh, there's somebody who's the more bookworm type of people come and approach. So maybe it's part of a curiosity. But I realized sometime later, I realized that almost every rich entrepreneur, self-employed person, entrepreneur, the same. Almost everyone who is successful, they have this desire to give back to society. They always want to help people who they see, oh, you remind me of my young self. This is a secret, by the way. You see anybody who is in their 40s, 50s, they will really, if they see somebody in their 20s and they remind them of myself, oh, you remind me of myself. Last time when I started, I have this desire to go and help people. I have this desire to improve my business. If they see you if they see themselves in you, like, oh, you remind me of myself. The moment that you get them to say that, or they think of that, they'll spend time with you because they want to help you to avoid the mistakes that they've been through. They want to help you to reach where you want to go faster. Almost all of them I speak to have this desire. In fact, I can say all of them have, because I haven't met somebody who doesn't want to help me. Seriously. Some were even like, oh, so what do you sell now? Oh, you sell computers now. Okay. So happened that we want to buy some computers. What do you have? Yeah, seriously. I'm not joking. My first time I sell a website for more than 1,000 US dollar was from the college customer who used to buy computers, Acer computers from me. It's my first digital marketing client. That time I helped them to take a look at their Facebook. I helped them to do Facebook ads a bit. I helped them to create landing page. I helped them to create website. I helped them to do a bit of everything. At that time, I can tell you, I don't know what I was doing. So I think like, why does somebody? You think about it, it doesn't make any sense. This is not about logic at all. Why does somebody he have so many contacts, web developer, probably do a better job than me? Price, I don't know. Probably same. Probably can do it faster than me. Why he let me do? Why he give me the chance? So I come and I saw a few situations like this. Rich and successful people, the honest, rich and successful people who reach their level, not through bribing, not through any type of nonsense, right? This type of traditional honest people, they always want to help people who are young. Why? Is because they usually, if you've been through some very difficult situation, you will tend not to want other people to go through what you go through. Okay, so if let's say now Max, somebody come and approach you, Max, how do you? They ask you like, how do you get to where you are today? You'll probably be very willing to go and help them to get to where you are today, correct? Without charging them, you'll be very happy to spend your time. All of the people I deal with, they have the same desire. So I'm not asking you to take advantage of this, but if you are really like you want to help other people to grow their thing, you want to increase your skill to go and deliver value, you want to really get good at this, most of these people, they can see you. And the funny thing is they probably run a big company. They say they recommend you can bypass the gatekeeper, you can bypass all of their levels, you can straight away talk to the chief marketing officer or whatever it is. Yeah. So this is the shortcut. Okay. This doesn't make any sense, but at least this works for me, and I see it works for a lot of people.
Yeah, but one thing at first, the person must be very sincere and then honest. Then people can see you just lack of experience and people willing to give you a chance.
Yes, and I think it's because a lot of them, this is my assumption because nobody say this, so we can question if the assumption is correct, but most people who built their career, they wished when they were young somebody gave them the chance, and because where they are today, somebody or a few person probably gave them the chance, else they would not be talking to you, right? Must have been at least one person gave them the chance so that they can get started. So a lot of them, they benefited from this. It's like, hey, last time I don't know anything, people willing to give me the chance. Now somebody who reminds me of myself, moral responsibility, I should give them the chance. I can tell you I got a few deals because of this. Seriously, in my 20s. Yeah, even like maybe when I was early in my freelance, I also got a bit of that. Yeah, so a lot of the times that these people who are affluent, they see, you need to know like 8 9 figure business owners, how many people you think they try to hire? More than 6 and 7 figures, correct?
Mm.
Do you think they are able to tell if somebody is really driven, really want to make something work? You think they can tell the difference?
Yeah.
6 figure business owner can't tell the difference between somebody who is really want to deliver a good job or just want to here to make some quick cash. 8 9 figures, 7 figures probably also can, to be honest. 8 9 figures definitely they can tell, they can read people like that, else they will not be where they are today. One of the prerequisites to be successful is you need to be able to read people very fast. That's why I was like, why this person who I deal with, a few of my clients, they never, some of them can't, they are illiterate, means they can't even read. Why they can read people? They can read like that. And it's not like they are very people-oriented person, they are very task-oriented person. I'm like, wow, why everybody who is successful have this superpower? Tells you something. You better learn how to read people. And most of the time you can take advantage of it. Because you're here like, I really want to get started on this. I see your company really have this area where it's not so good. I can help you to improve. Not guarantee I can fix everything. I can help you to improve it. Then they're like, yeah, why don't we give this young person a chance? They will not say this out to you, but this is what is going on here. So don't have this idea that if I'm approaching rich people or these big companies, I'm wasting their time. initially they will have some barrier to
Relatives. Yeah.
what, because a lot of people approach them.
Mhm.
Okay, but once you get past this, it's almost, if I draw the diagram, it is almost like this. At least this is what I feel. This is you. Okay, this is you. Hey. Okay, you see this tall wall. Okay, it's like, oh, you need to climb to this wall here. Then you think the wall, in your mind, the wall from here is like, oh, I still need to go, I don't know how high. I can tell you a trick. Inside here is downhill. In some cases, after this, it's just like flat. Okay, now why do they have this? Because a lot of people come here with big promises. Okay, so how to climb this thing is not with your skill or whatever, it's just time. You see how persistent you are. They see how persistent or how sincere you are. Usually both of this is tied together. At least they think if you are persistent, you are sincere.
Yeah.
You're not here for a quick buck, because the quick buck person would have not contact them 1 month later, 2 months later, 3 months later, 1 year later. The people who are just here to make a quick buck will not do that. That's why when I send email to Victor Antonio or whatever, he still respond me. Yeah, because if I'm here for a quick buck, I will not stick around for more than 1 year, for sure.
Yeah.
So it's not about the skill. Seriously, I can send you the emails I sent him. Nothing special. You probably write better than me. So it's the who, number one, and it's a bit of the how, but it's mostly the mindset. Nothing with what I do. It's easy for us to go and see other people. Oh, that person do this. He make a lot of money, because that's the what. The what is easy to see. The who and how, that's very hard to understand what other people are doing. All right, so that is I think something that we can ponder upon. Okay, so coming back to this, actually I think I totally botched the question. Prospecting.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so for this, you are worried about the practice. Now, if you know that this is how to approach affluent clients, do you think this still matter?
Not really.
Not as much. A bit,
Yeah.
not as much. If you want to get low ticket clients, you want to get quick sale, yes, not rusty is important. But I'm saying there are more important things to pay attention to, like the mindset and stuff like that, the sincerity, approaching the right people. This is, if you want to call this farming, you can, because this is very like hunting. Today, how many people I talk to, how many I send email or send message, how many I talk on Zoom, how many I close. This is very hunting. It's okay to get initially when we want to get our first 500, first $1,000. But after a stage, I don't do this at all, to be honest. Okay, then there will come a time when you transition to farming. This is the farming mentality mindset. You approach the right person, you show them, hey, I would like to help. I'm not promising with my help your click-through rate go to whatever percent crazy, but I think I can help you something. And it would really help if you really want to learn from that person, which when I approach my earlier clients and my earlier mentors, I really want to learn from the person. I don't say, uncle, I really want to learn from you. I don't say that. I ask them business question. Like, just now when you serve this customer, why you speak to them this way instead of that way? I never thought of that. These type of questions, you are saying, I want to learn from you. You cannot go there and say, hey, I want to learn from you. That doesn't work. So it's the actions. And these people, they know how to read people from the actions. Whatever we say is all filtered. So show with your actions like, hey, I really want to learn from you. I really want to add value to your company, and this is a bit of value I can add. Not sure it's useful, but this is my this is what I can help you. And a lot of times, even if you can help them with nothing, if let's say you have really no value to add to them, it's still okay, because they genuinely they want to help the younger generation or somebody who reminded them of their younger days. They genuinely want to help. That's why when people tell me rich people are very greedy or whatever, I say I doesn't match with what I experienced with. I don't know what type of rich people you hang out with. You're hanging out with the wrong people. Yeah. So this is at least this is what I experienced. And so when Danlock mentioned that all of this, I say, frankly, I agree 100%, because this matches with my experience. Why I don't have any experience with rich people who got rich from not so moral ways is because probably I also don't like that. I really don't like that type of people, and a lot of these rich people, they appreciate my frankness. My like when I say things, I don't sugarcoat or whatever. Like, hey, why you guys do this is really like dumb. I'll just say it immediately. And a lot of the 8 9 figures people, especially in business setting, they are surrounded by yes men. Oh boss, you damn smart. Oh, that idea, wow, really will work. Nobody can tell them this is dumb. Why are you doing that? And sometimes they like that. Okay, not saying you have to do that. That works for me. It might not work for you. Okay, but you don't need to have that. Just go in like, I really want to spend some time with you. I want to like learn from you. Here's a bit of things that I know. Then let's say if they have specific interest, let's say in their industry or whatever, you get some news, you share it with them in email or WhatsApp or whatever. Hey, the new government now, they have what? They want to change the maximum work hours from 48 to 45. I saw that news, I share it with them. So they also tag me. Hey, actually, I wasn't aware of this. My HR manager didn't even inform me about this. So like, yeah, actually, I don't know. I saw that. I thought it affects us, so I sent you. That's it. There's no intention. I'm not here to sell you any HR course. So, how to do this? The scientific way is start to identify who you want to sell to, who you want to be associated with, preferably somebody higher. If you want 7 figures, actually, I think it's okay. $7, not ringgit, please. US dollar, 7 figures is okay. It's okay. That level of people, they at least it worked for me. I just sharing what worked for me. 7 figures works for me. Okay, 6 figures in the past, I have a lot of bad experience, to be honest. 6 figures. In fact, I think maybe there's 1 or 2 6 figures that if today you ask me what you think about that person, I'll say good things. I work with 4 figure client once. Who asked you to work with 4 figure client? That's your mistake. You're supposed to say, sorry, I cannot help you. Okay. So a lot of the things I can tell you guys, it's not the mechanics, it's not what to do, how to do. It's very weird. A lot of things is really tied to mindset. And I can tell you, if you tell me when I was in my 20s, mindset is the thing that's more important, I'll say you're bullshit. You're one of those law of attraction scammer. I'll tell you that. Well, I don't believe in all of this. Seriously, I'm a very even I think in my early 30s, if you tell me that, I'll say you are one of those law of attraction, all those motivation people, all talk no action. That's what I think. That's how I see these people, and that's what got me stuck for many years, because I think mindset is not important. Because nobody can show me why when you improve the mindset, other thing else can improve. Nobody show me about this until I start to look at that. So not saying that Danlock is good at teaching mindset or whatever. He probably lose to all those people who are teaching mindset, like Bob Proctor, all those law of attraction people, he will lose to them. But he is speaking to people who don't believe in mindset. That's something. That is something. Okay, so I mean that works for me. And like frankly, when I design the course or design the program, usually I don't, I just say like what worked for me in the past, and I just try to like break it down for you guys why I think it worked for me. Okay, and sometimes I'll point out there are some things I know that it's only very special situations, or maybe it works for my personality, and I take the trouble to highlight that, because I know there are some things that if you guys try to do what I do, it probably blow up in your face. Okay, so those are the things I try to not share so much, because I think in the past when I asked people to do that, it didn't end well, because I thought everybody can do that. No. So this is where we want to really understand our personality, and this is why I spent the past 2 years. I read a lot about personality. I don't read about others, I just read about myself. I need to know myself first, so when I communicate with other people, I know what my biases are. So this is something that is a small homework for you guys. The best way for you to learn and do things is to know your personality, so you know what is your bias. Are you a very logical person? So Max, you are more on the logical side. So you need to know that. When you know that, not when you're speaking with people, probably they are much less logical than you. So how are you going to change the way you say things and show proof? That you didn't know that.
Which means tells the facts.
Don't try to not to tell the facts so much.
Oh, yes.
So we need to know our bias. I know my bias is very towards the logical side as well. So now I'm trying to learn how to use stories to make a point, and or I let people come up with the answer. So the latest breakthrough I have is I ask my client, let's think about sales and marketing and weapons. How do you think you have been conducting your business so far? He said he used knife. Like, oh, okay, that wasn't what I expected. I said, that's interesting. What you tell me knife? He said, but I said, never mind. Knife, I think I can relate. Knife, you need the exact timing. So happen that people are not looking at you. You come back. I mean, we're playing Counter Strike. So happen that people not looking at you. They cannot hear your footstep. You come and stab them. I said, yeah, okay. In some ways, I can see you're doing that. You're trying too hard. Business not supposed to be so hard. Everybody using gun. The game is called Counter Strike, not knife fight. Correct? Use your gun. Why you want to use a knife? I know it's very satisfying when you. Oh, I win. It's very satisfying, but there are easier ways to get things done. Okay, so I said now there are other weapons that I think you're using. I said your business strategy is very similar to Landmine. Then I stopped talking. I said, can you tell me why do I say your business strategy, your marketing strategy is Landmine strategy? Then he said, yes, because I post on Lazada and Shopee, then I wait for people to come and buy. Yeah, so it is like you post on Lazada and Shopee and you wait for people to step on your Landmine there. Then I asked the next question. Now, what is the problem with relying on Landmine? He said he don't know. I said, never mind, let me help you out. Problem with Landmine is you want the same target to step on the Landmine again. Is it easy or hard?
Right.
He said it's impossible. I said, not impossible. The person got two legs, right? Left leg step already, still can, right leg can step, but it's very hard, correct? So I said, now, can you tell me another weapon? Then he said, take shotgun. I said, okay. So I said, how often are you guys using a shotgun? He said, when we run Google Ads. I said, yeah. Name me another weapon. He said, sniper. I said, how often are you guys using sniper? He said, no. Then I say, among all of this, which is the one which is the most, or what's the difference between sniper and shotgun? I say sniper, one deal you can make a lot of money. Then yeah, that's why we don't have the profit margin. So I use weapon to make a point. Because if I come and tell him, hey, our profit margin is too low, he don't get it. If he get it, then long time ago we get it already. So find a way that help you to tell the story. And I find the more that I tell this use analogy and story, right, the easier it is for other people to understand. Because this is a trigger. Stories, when you say something, you know the people who you talk with, they actually don't hear what you are saying. When you say something, people don't hear what you're saying. People hear what they want to hear. People hear what they believe. If it doesn't match with what they believe, they will just throw it away. Just like same thing, you tell me all the mindset stuff when I'm in my 20 years old, I'm going to feel to 100%. I say, hey, this is bullshit. Because that's what my belief is. Okay, so now, like when I learn to tell story, when you tell a story, people tend to be more receptive. They will be able to absorb more. They'll be able to see your point of view. And if you want people to take action, usually I used to think if I tell them the right thing to do, they will go and do it. Then I realized actually no, people don't operate like that. I also thought I operate like that. Now, I can tell what is the right thing to do and what is it the right thing to do? Is this the right time to do? Am I the right person to do? When you give me an idea, I'll actually ask these few questions. I thought everybody would do that. Then I realized actually I'm the only one who will do that. So I'm like, okay, now I cannot talk with other people the same way that I understand things. So this is why use story. Use story, people will try to understand. Oh, actually, what is he trying to tell me? And they'll be more receptive. And when you use story, it feels less personal. If I can't tell you, hey, Max, your computer is shit, then you feel like I'm attacking you. Hey, Max, your computer, this type of garbage you want to sell, you want me to pay for it, then you feel, oh, you're attacking me. But if I use a story, I use gun or whatever, it doesn't feel personal.
Yeah.
So people are more receptive. So what makes us a very good coach, consultant, even a freelancer? Because do you need to discuss things with your client? Yes, you need to, else you cannot charge a lot. Yeah. Use story, use analogy. What happens is your communication skill is,
Correct.
people think it's higher. And when people think your communication skill is higher, what they think your delivery skill is,
Yeah, it's higher.
and they'll pay you accordingly.
Higher.
They'll pay you accordingly. So funny enough, these are the things to help you make more money, not doing the thing better. I used to think doing the thing better or doing more things will make me more money. And that's why I can do a lot of things at the basic level. That didn't increase my income. for 2 years, that didn't increase my income at all. In some cases, drop. Okay, so I'm sharing like this is what happened to me, and I can see a lot of other people having the same thing. We keep thinking, I need to learn to do more things. I need to learn to do it better. Yes, these are what questions. Not very good. And when you, okay, you just write this code down, you probably won't fall for another shiny object. When you want to try to learn something or do something, just ask yourself, is it I'm attracted to this thing? Is it because what I'm doing now is not making me enough money? So when you meet a prospect, if they say I own 2 business, oh, red flag. If you are 6-7 figure, you tell me you own 2 business, red flag. You are 8-9 figure, I don't know. I haven't met people like that. If they made 2 business, if today your job is to coach the person, you will ask this question: which business didn't make enough money? That's why you started the other. then you can collect your consultation fee, and that's it. That's a very good question to ask. Is if business A is making so much money, you will not start business B. Let's be real. So let's say if my email writing income is so high, I will not be learning how to do graphic design, let's say. Okay, now email and graphic design, actually you can use some graphic design skill to make the email better. So maybe this is not the best example. Let's say my email and
Cooking.
cooking. Okay, now that is very obvious. Okay. Yeah, email and SEO is probably like very here. So if you are email and you think of doing SEO, then you have to ask like, is it I'm attracted to SEO? Is it because my email is not making enough money, so I try to that? Usually the answer is you do the one thing, you change who you sell to, you change how you sell to, the income problem go away. But most people, why we have shiny object syndrome is because we keep thinking about what to do, what to do, what to sell. So with this, you probably next time don't need to worry about your shiny object. Okay, a chef learned how to write marketing email. Nothing wrong, but I don't think that's the best use of the time.
Yes.
What to do, when to do, am I the person to do it, who, what, when, who. Very good questions. And when you be a consultant, you probably don't need too many questions. A few good questions like this, then you shut up after you ask. Let the customer answer. Yeah. So that's how you be a better consultant. And frankly, there are very few good consultants. That's why I don't use the word consultant when I introduce myself. You don't want to introduce yourself. Oh, I'm a digital marketer. Oh, I write email. You don't want to introduce yourself that way. I purposefully use the word profit strategies because I help people increase profit. Then they're like, oh, profit strategies, what do you do? Oh, depends on which makes the most sense. You want to know? Book a Zoom call. I take a look at your business. $500 per hour. Yeah. Why $500 per hour? I'm here to increase your profit. You cannot pay $500 per hour. You're not serious in profit. We shouldn't talk. You say it with a straight face. Yeah. Okay, but these are things we'll talk about some other day. It's 10. Thanks for coming, and hopefully you guys, because I think one of the things I didn't do well is I didn't tell you guys how I used to think or how I used to operate last time. So you guys think I'm operating like this. This is what I believe from day one. No. Last time I operate and think like you guys also. So I need to do a better job of that. Okay, this is from feedback when I message you guys. You tell me. I got the feeling like, hey, I think I didn't tell you guys how like different I thought, how different I approach. All the worries you guys have now, I have in the past. Okay, but I didn't communicate that, so it's my fault. So this is where I need to improve myself. Okay, but just a status update on the program we are creating. We plan to launch in July, end of July or early August by the latest. So it's mainly about how to get clients, how to close, how to show you are the expert. We are not here to teach you what to do. We're just changing the who and how. Mostly the who, to be honest, mostly the who. How? Why not so much on the how? Because the how, frankly, if you want, you can Google. You want the script, you can Google. You want the what to send people email, you can Google the template. So, but we'll talk about that still. Because how you say it, when you say it, there are still some things we have to cover. But mainly is the who. Okay, and I think I really need to emphasize in my nurturing email and my landing page. Last time I was thinking like you guys. Seriously, the same thing. Maybe I think of some things which is more ridiculous than you guys. Because last time nobody teach all these things. Yeah, 2015. And then look, I don't know what he's doing. Don't have so Landlord 2018, 16, something like that. His video is in 16, but I think the algorithm start to push him in 2018 or 20. So last time, really, and sometimes last time I learned from people who, this is stupid. I try to learn digital marketing from people who don't have a website, who don't sell anything online, who sell things all in a traditional shop. That was my mentor. They sell things all traditional shop. Set up have a shop in big shopping complex. They sell through existing relationships. I try to learn how to do digital marketing from them. That's why I say I'm not that smart lah. I don't know why you guys think I'm damn smart. I do some very, very stupid things. It's just that I know what is a mistake, then I stop doing it. So it's, you guys will think like, it's very different. My situation is very different, but no. I do. Maybe I should write down all the dumb shit I did. Then you'll find it's very relatable. Then I outsource my copywriting for you guys, so you can do better job for me. All my dumb shit I should write on one page, and you'll be surprised when you read. Oh my god, this fellow's so damn dumb one. Oh my god. I leave my old YouTube channel up. When I was playing games, I record all my games. You'll probably see this is a damn internet troll. It's damn internet troll. But he can change his life. Then if this troll can change his life, I think I can do something. I want you guys, I purposely didn't delete the channel. That's why I want people to think that way. Because when I share this with Lisa, she was like, what the hell? I don't know you are that person. I said, yeah, I was a internet troll last time. Yeah. She was like, oh my god, I can't. Yeah, I said, yeah, after I joined HTC, I sort of changed how I behave. Okay, anyway, thanks for coming. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.